Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, there was oral argument yesterday at the United States Supreme Court on the Mississippi law that uses a 15-month viability standard as it relates to their abortion law. And based upon the question and answer period, it appears that there was some hope for all the pro-life folks in this country as it relates to what the Supreme Court might do as it relates to Roe v. Wade or this particular case. Some observations. You know, it used to be the viability of a child was at 24 months. Well, what happens with prenatal medicine and care, that can change. It's science. It's science. But some of the things that came out of these Supreme Court justices' mouths was unbelievable. You have Sotomayor comparing a fetus to a brain-dead person. I mean, talk about an apples to oranges comparison, a life versus death comparison, a future versus no future comparison. It's extraordinary. The pains that they will go through, on this issue to allow someone to commit murder of a baby. Folks, that's what abortion is. Abortion is murder. Plain and simple. It's a baby. And it's just sad. It's this whole, like, death culture that they have. And it's such hypocrisy to what they claim to be. The idea that murder is a choice disturbs the hell out of me. It's a choice. A choice. We'll see what happens. Biden, 36% and falling. Unbelievable. Secretary of Defense Lloyd says the National Guard, if they're not vaxxed, they will not be paid and they won't be allowed to train. You know, how sad is it to have a woke Secretary of Defense? All the things, rooting out white supremacy for the military, mandatory vax on the military. Just think what he's doing to the morale of our military. All the important things going on, and he wants to be playing footsie with this crap. It's wrong. Fauci spoke to the press yesterday, and he's just, ugh. Fauci reminds me of a little Mengele, a little Nazi doctor. You know, comes out acting like he's little Mr. Cute, and underneath that facade is evil. He says he's advising Biden on the bans, the travel bans, and the immigration bans from Africa, so forth. But not the border. Joe Biden joked yesterday that the Santa Claus is the only person that's going to deliver toys on time. This administration is a disconnect with they try to use humor and joking about issues that there should be no humor or joking about. Omicron has arrived in the United States. Wouldn't you know, California first. So, folks, we now have in the United States a variant that makes you feel achy for a couple days. Yep, we're now getting hit with that hard. Powell says, the Fed chair is saying, inflation is going to be here a while, a recession is coming, and announced they're probably going to raise interest rates. Kaboom. Blinken, this little guy, Blinken, who is, I always want to say, where is Thumpkin when I'm talking about Blinken? Another little wimpy, like Buttigieg, little wimpy Secretary of State saying they think that there is an infiltration of Ukraine by the Soviets and they're creating all these problems. I mean, they don't do anything. They announce the problem. What are you going to do about it? It's a scary, scary world. Did we have these fears during Trump? No. Corporations. The poll shows that Americans would rather corporations focus on business instead of wokeness. Folks, people have woke fatigue. Lockdown fatigue, mask fatigue, vax fatigue. We're just fatigued of government. I got to remember that. We have government fatigue in this country. I want to trademark that, Sabrina. Make sure you remind me. There's a tenement museum in New York City. You know, a museum to honor all those people, you know, that were tenants, you know, all that went through. Folks, Irish Americans, when they were coming over during the potato famine, I think 1848, when they were coming over the potato famine, when they were coming over in the 1860s, during the American Civil War, they got off the boat and then were right in the front lines. Nobody was mistreated any worse than Irish Americans. They're removing them from the museum. Apparently they put in some black person who wasn't even a tenant in New York City. The Clinton Foundation numbers and donations are way down in 2020, 2021. Is that a shocker? No. A Michigan student. Now, think about that. That Michigan student that shot up that high school. So sad those that died, including that football hero that tried to stop it. They're calling this terrorism. Note, when it's a white person with a gun that kills a bunch of people, it's domestic terrorism. But a black guy running over a bunch of grannies and kids, nope, nope, nope. Black privilege now. You get to even escape the word terrorist if you're black. Baldwin says he never pulled the trigger. The gun just went off. It's the miraculous shooting, the miraculous shooting. Miraculous conception, we have the miraculous shooting. Georgia's asking is trying to investigate the DOJ involvement working with those election groups. And by the way, Stacey Abrams has announced that she's running for governor again. Isn't that special? Black Lives Matter says boycott white companies for a month. You see, Kyle Rittenhouse, this is why you got to be careful saying you support these folks. San Francisco is all boarded up. It's so bad that 20,000 folks that are supposed to go to a J.P. Morgan convention are begging Jamie Dimon to cancel it. Christmas, boarded up in San Francisco. Where is Nancy? Where is she? You know, folks, I want to conclude with this. This whole build back better bullshit. Build back better. Build back what? We were doing fine till this bozo became president. We didn't need anything big build back. Remember my phrase, destroy again worse. Like Obama was destroying everything. It's not build back better, it's destroy again worse. I get fired up. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.